to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. This is episode number 445. We are only 5 away from 450 episodes. It is hard to believe. I will be here for the next hour answering as many immigration law-related questions as possible. I hope you have them. The waiting room is filling up. My good friend Julie's here watching the boards. She will be sharing the link to get into the waiting room so that you can ask me immigration questions for the next hour or so. And I wanted to lead off with a news story from this past Wednesday. It turns out that the Biden administration announced that it will waive 26 environmental laws in order to build additional border barriers in South Texas. A notice posted in the Federal Registry cited high illegal entry as the reasoning behind this action. Homeland Security says there's an acute and immediate need to build a new section of the border wall to prevent unlawful crossings. The new section of the wall will be paid for using money already appropriated by Congress. To make it plain and simple, Joe Biden is continuing Donald Trump's border wall, a border wall that we don't need, a border wall that has been criticized roundly and correctly for months and months. And I just want everyone to understand that Joe Biden doesn't care about immigration. The Department of Homeland Security doesn't care about immigration. Alejandro Mayorkas, the head of DHS, doesn't care about immigration. You know what they care about? Getting Joe Biden reelected. He can't be soft on those illegals. And so when I hear people saying how liberal Joe Biden is and how liberal our nation's immigration policies are, it's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. They are doing nothing to speed up the immigration process. They're doing nothing to fix the long delays at USCIS. The State Department is doing nothing to move cases faster. So this is really disheartening news, but no one should be surprised because Joe Biden has never really cared about immigration. He's never really run on it except when he needs votes. And I'm sure that in the months to come, he's going to try to walk that fine line of being tough on immigrants so that he can appeal to the middle, but also keep the liberals happy by saying that there's going to be some kind of immigration reform in a second Biden term. Don't believe it for a New York minute. It's not going to happen. I just did a video on this about how it's not going to happen. So I'm really not that surprised because we have to remember the Democrats just use immigration as a political football to try to get their base ginned up. And we can never forget the fact that it was Democrat Bill Clinton who signed the most anti-immigrant, harshest immigrant law on the books in the last 50 years of the 20th century. So with that, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'm going to get started, and we're going to talk to James. Hello, James.
Hey, Mr. Jim, how's it going?
Great. How are you, sir?
Good. I am so sorry. I didn't think he was going to choose me.
No worries. James was eating lunch.
I know, right? I'm a big fan of yours. I just have a little problem. I was registered to vote unknowingly to me. Somebody used my information to register me to vote. So I don't know what I need to do because now I'm having a claim of false claim of citizenship, and I don't know what to do.
Who is somebody? Who is somebody?
So I used to stay in Raleigh because I'm down here in North Carolina, and my wallet got stolen from me. So, but I didn't know who actually did, but so they registered me to vote and they used my information. You know, I just literally just covered that not even too long ago. I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous. I don't even know.
You're doing fine. So do you have a green card or something else?
Yes, sir. I have a green card. I applied for my citizenship, but it's got denied because of that.
Oh, that shouldn't have gotten denied. When did you find out that someone had stolen your wallet? When did you file a police report?
Yes, sir. I did in 20. I think in 20. I did file the police report in 2020, but the incident happened in 2016. But I didn't know it was going to be a big deal. Honestly, I thought it was just nothing to worry about. You know.
So, are you sure that this person who stole your wallet is the one who registered you? Because sometimes people get registered by mistake at the DMV. you actually know how you got registered?
I tried with the DMV. I already tried to get like the record from the DMV. So there's nothing there that shows that I was registered through them. But I'm not even sure. The only thing I can remember when the registration happened, I thought maybe when my wallet got stolen, that's the only thing I can track, honestly. But I don't know if maybe I signed something that I didn't know of because I was new in America when because I came to America around 2014.
So how did you come to find out that you were registered to vote?
They sent. I think the election board sent me a notice in the mail, but I took it down. I took it back to them, and I told them I wasn't supposed to register because I'm a permanent resident.
And when did that happen?
That happened in 2014. No,
Wasn't it?
sorry, in 2016. That happened in 2016. So sorry.
That's okay. So shortly after your wallet got stolen, that happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so how did it play out on your N400? Did you have a lawyer fill out your N400 or did you do it yourself?
The mistake that I did it myself because I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Honestly, I thought it was just going to ask me, and I was just give them the I was just give them like the evidence, and everything will be okay.
Well,
I didn't think it was going to be a big deal.
yeah, that's a big deal. It's a deportable offense, and it's one of the things that keep you from ever getting your citizenship. So, on your N400, did you mark? Have you ever made a false claim to U.S. citizenship? Did you say yes or no?
So I did say yes, but I did explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, so that's not good. I would have said no. I would have said no. And I also would have, before you filed for N400, I would have figured out a way to get the records from the election board to figure out how you got registered to vote. And I would formally notify them that you were not a citizen, that you should not have been registered, that you never registered. So I think you answered that question wrong on your N400. You should have said no and fought it out instead of saying yes and trying to explain it.
Okay. So what's my best option now? Do I need to like?
So if I were your lawyer, this is what I would do. I would file a Freedom of Information Act request with USCIS.
I already did that. Mm-hmm.
After your N400 got denied, you filed a Freedom of Information Act request?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did that. I got all the paperwork from them.
And you have the denial notice, obviously?
Yes, sir. So what I did was I filed the N336.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if how long will that take because sometimes I think it's gonna take longer.
How long ago did you file the N336?
I did file it in like it's like 4 months now.
Okay, so they're supposed to give you an interview within 6 months. They usually don't, though, but that means you still have some time. So if I were your lawyer, what I would say is I would send a letter to the records people in North Carolina and figure out how you got registered or when you got registered. And then I would send a formal notice to them informing them that you're not a U.S. citizen, that you did not register, this was done to you, you're a victim, and that you need to be taken off the voter registration rolls. And then I would take all that proof to your N336 hearing, and I think you're going to need a lawyer because I think you need someone to explain to them that you just didn't know what you were answering when you filled out the N400.
Okay, and I did everything right already. Honestly, I got the police reports and everything, but I'm just waiting because I don't know how long it will take for them to call me back for an interview. Or I don't know if I don't know if I need to withdraw my case and refile the whole thing again.
No, I think you could still win on the N336, but you needed to clear everything up with the election board. That's the whole shooting match right now.
Okay. Yes, sir. I did. I unregistered myself, and I told them I don't know how the registration happened. They took me off the registration list and everything. So
is that in writing? Is that in writing?
Yes, sir.
You have it all documented.
Yes, sir. I got everything, but I don't know what to do. I'm just so scared, man.
Good luck, James.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jim. Hey, you're the best, Mr. Jim.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Bye. Bye.
Bye. All right. That was our friend James down in North Carolina. Hopefully he gets that shit figured out in time for his N336. Next up, Penny's here. Hello, Penny. You're on mute.
Hi there. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Hello. Hi. I'm listening to your show for a while. First time calling in.
Thanks for coming on.
It's been very enlightening hearing your show all the time. It's actually very, very interesting. I am a green card holder. I live in the States. My husband is a UK citizen living in London, and we filed March 2022, and nothing's happened yet. Everything's still pending as expected, and we're thinking it'll be 2 years as of March, coming March. And we're thinking that we either just be patient, as people need to do, or we go on a different route and try to do a work permit.
No, forget the work permit. So you're a U.S. citizen?
No, I'm a green card holder.
Oh, you're a green card holder. How did you get your green card?
I came over here when I was 2.
And how long have you had your green card?
Since I was 2.
Why haven't you applied for citizenship?
Because I haven't lived here. I've been living here on and off, so I can't prove at the moment that I've been living here long enough.
Out of the last 5 years, how much time have you spent here?
I had been coming back every 6 months, but I officially moved back a couple months ago.
Okay. So you're a while from being able to file for citizenship.
Yeah, exactly.
So the receipt date on the I-130 is?
March 8th, 2022.
Right. So with the backlog, I mean, you can try the employment route. I just think it's going to be hard. He's already demonstrated immigrant intent. I mean, he can. What employment route were you thinking?
Whatever he can get. He's a teacher in London at the moment, so we're looking at that or any job that you could get. He has a bachelor's degree.
I think that's going to be hard from overseas. I don't think anyone's going to get it, just because there's a lot of expense and headache and hassle going through hiring someone and sponsoring them for a green card or even an H-1B. And the idea that they're going to do that for someone that they've never met, who's never been here as an intern, like on a student visa or something, I just think that's probably not going to happen. So I would just focus on spending at least 6 months and 1 day here in the United States, not having any trips more than 6 months outside the United States, so that you can get to your 2.5 years, because it's probably going to be your citizenship that makes things go fastest. I'm not confident that our priority dates for spouses of green card holders are going to keep moving forward as fast as it will if you become a U.S. citizen. I think probably the way your husband's going to come here is after you become a citizen, I think.
Got it. Because otherwise it'll be way longer than just 2 years, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Bye, Penny. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, you got it. Adam's here. Hello, Adam. You're on mute. I can't hear you. I think it's the headsets. I can't hear you, Adam. We'll come back. All right, we'll come back to Adam. Let's go to Ido. Hello, Ido.
Can I turn my camera off, please?
Yep, sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Last time I was trying to talk to you, but my connection was so bad. So I was trying to tell you that I want is because of my friend, one of my friends. So I want to ask some questions about my friend. So he came in 2020 in December 2021, like F1 student, America. So he started working like under the table in July 2022. So, and in April 2023, he met one American lady. So actually, the lady, she's pregnant. She's pregnant now. So they just opened a bank account 2 weeks ago. So they are planning to get married in November this year, and also they are planning to move together to stay in the same room to sign a new lease in January 2024. So, and they are planning to file in April 2024.
This sounds like somebody trying to build an immigration case, not someone starting their life with the love of their life. It sounds like a business transaction, the way you're laying it out.
No, the girl is pregnant now.
Well, just because she's pregnant, I mean, that's a good piece of evidence. But is this person a U.S. citizen, the lady?
Yes.
Okay. Are they in love? Is this a real marriage?
Yes.
Okay. So why are they waiting till November to get married, and why are they waiting till January to move in together?
Because the guy she's working at the guy she's working at Livingston, and the school and the guy she's in Houston in school. He's in school. So the guy said that she asked her at her job. They said they can transfer her to Houston in December or January.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's why they are planning to get a new apartment, because right now the guy is living with his friend. So in January they are planning to have a new apartment, 1 bedroom. So and the girl they will transfer her to Houston, so they will live together.
What country is this brother from?
He's from Togo.
Togo. Okay. And when did he come on his F1?
In December 2021.
21.
And he started working like under the table in July 2022.
And he's still going to school and everything. He's just working on the side.
Yeah, he's still going to school. Everything, his record is clear. He's going to school. And he's planning to file 1099 next year for 2022 and 2023.
Good.
So he's asking that if his 1099 has any, because when he will file in April, the 1099 he needs to send it to immigration, or it doesn't matter for the green card.
Well, in the green card, there'll be a question of whether he's ever violated the terms of his visa. The answer to that is yes. Has he ever worked in the United States without authorization? The answer to that is yes. He needs to answer yes. The fact that he's making money and filing taxes, I mean, they'll be glad about that he's paying taxes on the money that he's earning, but he's not supposed to be working. But it's all forgiven because he's a U.S. citizen. So this brother just needs to be as honest as he can be.
Okay. So filing in April is better than to file like in December, because he says he's not rushing.
Well, I mean, does he want to get a work card? Does he want permit? I mean, I don't know what rushing is. I mean, if he's getting married in November and they're moving in together in January, then I would probably file it in January once they have a firm address where they're both living.
Okay. Because the baby will come in April, so he's asking if we need to wait for before the baby they're gonna born the baby, or file before the baby will come.
No, I would file. There's no reason to wait for the baby. They can submit records from the doctor showing that she's pregnant. They'll believe her. They'll believe them. They won't say, "Show us the baby."
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And also, I want to say something. Your show helped me a lot before I came here like a student. When I was going to, me also I came like a student. He came also like a student. So before I went to interview, you used to say that, because you used to say that when you go to interview, when they ask you what time is it, just say that this time. Don't say that I have this watch. So those videos helped me a lot. Thank you very much.
That's one of my old quotes. That means you've been watching for a while. I haven't said that in a while, but if the officer asks you, "Are you wearing a watch?" don't tell him what time it is. Just say, "Yes, I'm wearing a watch," and shut up. Thanks, Ido.
Thank you very much, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy. All right. I think Adam's back. Let's see if we can hear him. Adam?
Hi, salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, buddy. How you doing?
Good. So I call you because I received my receipt number for I-751, and so I go to the bank and I have my money order and the receipt in a bank. So when I called immigration, so they told me this receipt number is for another person, it's not for me. So my lawyer, and the lady in immigration, the officer, so we was speaking with her, and she told me your lawyer he put this money order for different person and with this lawyer. And now she told me yesterday, when I speak with her, she told me you need to send another form G28, and you need to send another case because your case it's there and with no money. So I don't want to do no more with this lawyer. So if you can help me with what I need to do next step, so and I'm gonna finish the rest with your office because I'm
Sure.
here I'm in Chicago, so I'm not far from St. Louis.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to just email us and say, hey, I'm Adam. I was on the show with Jim on Thursday at 4:15, and say I need help with my 751, and we'll just go from there. That's no problem.
Okay, so do you need me? So do you need me to get something from this lawyer, like some paper? So which one I give it to them?
Yeah, when we work on a case, we like to see every piece of paper. So we can help you get it from the other attorney. You don't have to do it yourself if you don't want to, but we need to get everything, and we need to see what happened. So what you're saying is he submitted a 751 for you. He submitted the wrong money order, so your case got opened, but it's going to get rejected because there's no money attached to it, and therefore you got to start all over.
No, actually, my
Right.
case is not rejected. So when I put my case, like my notice number, which one I have in my money order, which one I get from the bank, so like your card was delivered, but I never. So when I called yesterday the immigration office, so they told me this like case number, so the receipt number is not in your name, is with another person.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the lawyer he tried to tell me like, we need to send another case and you need to pay me again. So it looks for me like he still like the money, or I don't know what he did. So
yeah, we can figure it out. Don't worry about it. We got it. No worries. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so you can get all the paper from my attorney. Okay, thank you so much for answer, and I'm gonna tell you something like they say for truck driver. Thank you for keeping America moving.
Thanks, Adam. See you, buddy.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Alaikum salam. All right. Hi, Tram.
Yeah, hi, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I do have the question that is I have my parent is fill out the paper is sponsored to 3 of my sister back to Vietnam 13 years ago, and according to my sister that informed to me that is around this time that they going to call for the to look into the paper that from them, but unfortunately it's 2 years ago both my parents it passed away during the COVID in Vietnam when they visit. So we want to know that what's happened with that case, what we do need, what do we need to do for that.
Well, first of all, I'm very sorry about your parents. Were your parents green card holders or were they U.S. citizens?
U.S. citizen.
Oh, okay. And so your sisters are married?
They both they are married, yeah, but my parents do the paper for them.
Okay. And so they were married. The parents, sorry, your sisters, all 3 of them were married, or they are married, or what?
They are married, yes. They are up about 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them around those age.
So they still haven't reached cases from 2000. You said 13 years ago, not 2013. So 13 years ago. So 2010?
Yes.
So they still haven't reached that date, but we need to know there is a way. I've never done it. People in my office have done it. There's a way that like you could try to substitute yourself for them. I've never done it though, but there is a way to do it. But the problem is 2 years have gone by. That's what I'm worried about. Why did you wait to do anything for 2 years?
Oh, well, I mean, at first that, it's at right now we have we're thinking about that. If they call us, so what do we need to do it to, inform to them that they have passed away, or, we don't know how to be, prepared for that.
Yeah, well, right now, I mean, you could call our office and I could put you in with the attorney who did that. I don't know exactly how it works because I haven't done it, but there is a way to do it. The problem is you're still a year and a half away probably from them even looking at the case that your parents filed. So that's actually a good thing, because if 2 years had gone by and nothing had happened on your end, then they would have closed out the case. But the case is still alive probably. So if you want to send us the receipt notices in an email, we can look into it and get back to you.
Okay, I will do that. Those, So because I know that, like in before that, when they do it for one of my sister, and usually the way how they do it, they request us to be take whoever that my parent put the sponsor, you have to be take the picture together with them and any newspaper, to make sure that they still alive. So that's what is happened to one of my sister already here. But
Yeah.
by the time that, like in she's they both is still alive. It's during the COVID, so they passed away. And but the thing is, I heard my sister say that they already count the number that we have it now is it looked like that it's going to call a three more months because
Okay.
she keep follow up with that.
Well, right now they're on January of 09. So they could be, you said 13 years. So it's probably pretty close. Yeah. So yeah, just shoot us an email with their receipt numbers, their receipt notices, or their NVC paperwork, and we can go from there.
Yeah, we can file the human terrier. Do you
We're going
think
to try. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I also have another question that one of my sister is around 17 years ago. She is give out it to another my sister to be adopt mom. So her daughter is already in the US and she is US citizen already on the 20-year. 17 year. So is there any way she can fill out the paper to bring their birth mom come here?
No.
I got it. Okay. So another question is one of my ex-husband that is got in he been married, he divorced 4 times and he's currently 69 years. He just married again with one of the woman is 43 years. So he older than her 26 years. But he have no job and no money, no saving bank. The only thing that the girl in the uncle is living in the US. It's will to put the money in. Do you think that those people is gonna be qualified?
No.
Yeah, because the thing
But he might not ever get there. If there's a 26-year age gap and he's been married 4 times, they might not ever approve the I-130. Are they married?
they are married. He just date online on last 6 months, and the last December he went back there. The first time went back there for 2 weeks, and he married. I don't know what that for the money or not, but I just see that that woman is trying to bring 2 children. That is one is a 14 years old boy, and one of 18 years old girl. So, but he don't have any job right now. He is already take a retirement. He have a retire early 2 years, but he's 69. He have a 8 years old daughter that he pay only 200 child support. But he took off to go. He took off to go back, because I think that the whoever do the paper for him, it advised that he need to be come back very. The more he come back often, it's gonna be is solid for the case. But the thing that he have no saving bank, he don't looking for the job. He don't want to work. He only live into the Social Security money.
So
And
he's probably going to need a co-sponsor. Can I ask you a question? For the other 3 marriages, did he sponsor anybody for a green card for any of those other 3 marriages?
No, the three married is he ever been divorced already in American. He married to somebody, but he never have a child with the first 3 married. He divorced.
But he didn't sponsor any of those people for a green card? Did any of them sponsor him for a green card?
No. He came here like 40 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he is married to the fourth one. The fourth one is have a child 8 years old, and right now he paid the $200 for child support, and the Social Security money that the government pay for her for the child is gonna be $900. So I think he have $900 left, but
So
now
I think he's gonna need a co-sponsor.
Sponsor.
He can't rely on Social Security or stuff in the bank. He's going to need a co-sponsor. He'll still have to file the affidavit of support, but he'll need a co-sponsor.
But do you think that if even though he have a co-sponsor with the gap of the 26-year difference, he still, have a hope to bring it?
I don't know. I think the embassy in Vietnam is a suspicious place. I think they probably won't give it to him. I don't think she's coming.
I get. Okay. So it's how we're gonna contact into the first case.
Yep. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Info
I got it.
hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Okay.
Thanks, Tran.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You have a good day.
Have a good night. Okay, bye-bye. All right. Christian's here. Hi, Christian. How you doing, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good, my man. How you been?
Good. So my question is, 2 weeks ago, we finally got DQ. They already approved our stuff to NBC. So we right now waiting for the interview letter for the South African interview that I'm pretty sure you remember me from my Yankee hat, probably. So my question is, I'm moving in November to another apartment in the same complex, most likely because South Africa is not taking long. So part of our interview be like in December or January from what I've been told. So I've been told different stories. People have told me, well, you need to fill out an AR11, IA-864, or you could just, when he goes to the visa interview, just tell the CO to update the application with the new address. So which is the correct one?
He should definitely tell them with a new address. You should fill out an AR11, and then when he gets approved, he'll get you'll pay the LS fee, and you want to make sure they have your right address for the LS fee.
So don't go to the USCIS website and update it there?
Yeah, that's how you do the AR11. So do that online. Have him make sure that he tells them the right address when he goes to the embassy. And then once he gets approved and he's on his way, make sure that when you pay the LS fee that they have your right address so the green card goes to the right address.
So the AR11 is a form I have to download and sign, or could do that online?
You can either one.
Either one? Okay. Well, that works. Well, that's all I needed to know. So that's all.
Bye, Christian. All right. Let's go to Jim. Jim Revolution, what's up?
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me, please?
I hear you fine. How you doing? I like that shirt.
Thank you so much, Jim. When I say Jim Revolution, I just need 2 minutes to explain the Jim Revolution. It's simple. I came here with a B2 visa, and I came here just for 9 days, left and came back again. Life happened. I'm from Ghana. I met my wife, a US citizen. I overstayed my time for just about 6 months. We married. My visa was revoked. The B2 visa was revoked for some conspicuous reason. I don't know up till now.
It's because you married a U.S. citizen and you didn't leave on time.
Yes.
That's why. Yeah.
And I used congressional help to get EAD approved. That is February 2023. And in September, my green card was approved. Let me say for the avoidance of doubt that I never consulted a lawyer. I tried contacting you, but at the time we were not there money-wise. But let me say clearly that as a master's degree holder, I was able to follow your programs, and anywhere I go on YouTube, any topic I come up with, Jim is there. Any topic I come up with, Jim is there. And so I set up for myself that we have to cause a revolution. And what revolution is it? Is that enough of the thank you, Jim, we appreciate what you do, because some of us come here, excuse me, I'm not saying anything to malign anybody or whatsoever, but we ask so much question that if it is a normal consultation, it's going to cost a lot of money. Some also argue that this is a marketing tool and all that, but it's not really necessary. Jim has a lot of resources out there. And so I'm calling for a revolution, not because I'm so excited that I had my green card. I got my green card 2 weeks ago. It's in my hand now. But I'm saying that if there's a token or a place on your website where maybe you can put something like buy a coffee, $10, $20, $50, and all that. Jim, I know it's hard, but we really need to show that we really appreciate you. I'm not here to say anything, but I'm here to share my success story that you had every concern any person would have as an immigrant. You have done a video for it, and I really appreciate you for that. I want to thank you for that. It's because of your resources that I was able to do anything. You haven't instigated me. This is the first time I'm coming on your show live now, but I've been watching all the YouTubes to do my own thing. But hopefully when I'm coming for citizenship, I'll come for you by the time. I hope things will be well. But please, this is just my suggestion. Just put something on your website or something, or we need to create something, PayPal something, so that people could, who really feel that appreciation is not the normal ways, and we feel that we have to show you something by the Thanksgiving time. We also have to give our Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much for the call. I love the message. I have everything I need in life. I'm the luckiest guy on earth. I don't need.
I know that.
I appreciate the coffee, and I appreciate the revolution. You know, it's funny that you say that because I have goosebumps right now. So you just made my day, and that's much more valuable than, and you getting your green card is much more valuable to me than a cup of coffee. But I did, before I started this YouTube show, I had a podcast that I called Immigrant Revolution, because I do think that we do need to have a revolution when it comes to immigration. I don't think Congress is going to do this for us. And I think that we really need to start pushing these politicians to help people make this process easier. And I view my purpose in life is to ease other people's suffering. That's how I view everything that I do. That's why I do what I do with this show. But you just helped ease my suffering. You just made my life easier and my life happier. So thank you very much.
One more thing, there are other people who also share in my sentiment. There are other people who also share my sentiment. So if you are watching today and you're about to call, you believe in my sentiment, say it so that Jim would know that we really care and really thank him, so that it should be a cause of concern to him, so that we can show our appreciation to him. Thank you so much, Jim. God richly bless you.
Can you tell me your first name just so I know?
Collins Annan. My name is Collins Annan. Yeah.
Thank you, Collins. Have a great day, man. I appreciate it. You made my day.
Thank you.
See you, buddy. All right. That was great. I think we can clock out. I'm done for the day. What do you think, Cooley? That just made my day. Collins just made me really happy. I'm tearing up a little bit. So that was great and much appreciated. And you know, sometimes this stuff is hard. And I did set out to make it so that if somebody had a question on YouTube, that they would find some kind of an answer. And thank you, Lizzie. That's where I come up with my ideas. You guys give me all my ideas for videos. I shot 3 today, which were fun. And I love the relationship that we all have. I love the connection. I love helping people. And I appreciate all the kind words from everybody. All right. Thank you, Shana. That's funny. I do feel a little uncomfortable. All right. Let's see who this is. Vin's here. Vin, can you hear me? Oh, Vish. Hi, Vish. You're on mute, Vish.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Jim?
Go for it.
Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for picking up my call. Actually, we have filed for a marriage-based family green card, and we filed it in February. And last month, I got the medical RFE on my form, and I was hoping to know where I am on terms of finishing up the green card paperwork. You know what I mean? Like how close am I on terms of finally getting done with it?
I'll leave it for people in the comments to chime in like, hey, I got my medical and I turned it in this day and I got my green card that day. I don't really know the answer to that question. I'll just say this. Up until 6 or 7 months ago, everybody had a green card interview, right? So this world we live in now, where people get a medical exam request and then they get approved for a green card without an interview, that's all new to them, new to me. So it's hard to gauge. I've seen people get it right away and I've seen people wait 4 months. So I think you're probably a month or 2 away at most.
Okay. Yeah, that's so I'm you would say 2-3 weeks or a month, 2 months, something like that, because we are planning to travel out of country. So I was not sure if it's a good time.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't buy any plane tickets till I actually had the green card, but yeah, I would say a month or 2. Might be tomorrow.
Okay. I just have one small suggestion. I am a big fan of your YouTube channel and you do such an amazing work. I was wondering, in your YouTube channel, there's a playlist section in the playlist section. I was wondering if it's possible to like update those playlists, like put the videos over there, because I like to really listen to your videos in the background when I'm in the gym or somewhere like that. So like if there's a playlist of like marriage green card, we can go through that. If there's employment-based green card, go through that. So
I think that's a great question. It's so funny that you asked because Vish, so for the first 5 years of the channel, it was just me and I would just post videos. I didn't organize them at all. Then my man Kent came and he organized all my videos and he created those playlists. And then he left for a while and he's back. So I'll talk to him. Huli, if you could send a notice to the marketing people. That's a great idea, Vish. We probably need to update the playlist. So thanks.
awesome. All right, that's all the question I have. Thank you so much, Jim.
Yeah, let us know when you get your green card. Good stuff.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Ola's here. What do you say, Ola? You're on mute. Ola, are you with us? Going once, going twice. All right. Kelvin is here. Hi, Kelvin.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for taking my call. I have a question. I filed for my dad I-130 last year, and then I got a response last month. And the response, they were requesting for evidence, and the evidence was the evidence for relationship between father and the child. So initially, I did have the marriage certificate for my dad and my mom. They were married back then in the 80s, I think 70s, and they did the customary marriage. And the only document that they have from the government is called statutory declaration, which we didn't know from that the government had put I think a notice that all the document does not it's no longer like it needs to be updated to a marriage certificate, something like that. So it's no longer a document that is viable to show that that's a marriage certificate from the year of 2013. So the USCIS indicated all that, and they are requesting for a marriage certificate. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get that because my mom passed on during COVID, and I'm with my dad. And the second evidence that they're requesting, I don't have much of it. So I'm kind of stuck, and I need to reply by December 4th.
Where's Dad?
My dad is in Africa, Kenya.
Okay. And Dad is on your birth certificate?
Yes, it's in my birth certificate.
And they have your birth certificate already?
I have my birth certificate, but I was issued when I was at the age of in 2010, which was 17.
You were born in 93?
93.
Okay. And so when they asked for stuff like, are there people who knew you who were there when you were born, or are there people who knew you when you were one? I mean, are there any family members who know of your living situation for, say, the first 10 years of your life or the first 17 years of your life?
Yes, I do have family members.
And have you gotten affidavits from them to explain that he's your dad and all that stuff?
Because initially when I filed, I put some affidavit from my church pastor and as one member, the local administrator in my area. And I think it was not like formal. I did not provide their address and all that, but they had signed an affidavit. So this time around, maybe I have to look for a family member to, make it formal and all that is required. But when I read the notice that they had sent me, I kind of felt like the affidavit does not carry much weight.
It depends what the affidavit says. If the affidavit says, my name is Joe, I know Kelvin, I know Kelvin's dad, and Kelvin's dad is Kelvin's dad, that's not a very compelling affidavit. But if I say, my name is Joe, I live next door to Kelvin his whole first 10 years of his life, And every day I saw Kelvin with his dad, and his dad's name is Kelvin Sr. I mean, there's differences in affidavits. Plus, if you're not getting them notarized properly, that's as if they don't exist. So it sounds like there needs to be a lot of work done, both here and in Kenya. I would say what I would do is I would interview your father, and I would get a long factual statement from your dad explaining his relationship with you. I'm talking 6 or 7 pages, single spaced. And then I would figure out who can support all the things that dad says about his relationship with Kelvin. And then I would go back to the pastor and get a much more detailed, you got to build the case. You can't just throw in like 3-sentence long affidavits and a marriage certificate that they don't recognize. That's not going to cut it. I think you can win the case, but you probably need to do a lot of work here, and you're probably going to need a lawyer there to try to figure out what records they can find for you, school records or medical records or anything. You never know. Like my wife is really good at this, and I'll tell you this too, Kelvin. A lot of people have told me, Jim, I have everything I can get. I can't get anything else. And if you were my client, I would push the hell out of you to keep going, keep getting more. And we would help you, but we would also push you to get more.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kelvin. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Let's say hi to One People. What do you say, One People?
Hey, hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for picking my call, and thanks for everything you do for us.
Sure.
Really appreciate. Sometimes what I wonder is like our accents are very, very thick, but you were able to understand everything. It's kind of when I think about it, I'm like, sometimes when I'm listening, because I've watched all your videos from A to Z, and I keep watching them. Like anytime I'm at work, I keep listening. And well, I won't hold your time so much, but I'll say thank you. I think I've called here before. That was like I think a year ago.
Okay.
And I came here 2018. Brief of my case. 2018, December 3rd, 2018. That's the time I came here. And then through marriage-based green card, my wife filed for me. And then I should have renewed my change my what is it called? Apply for
751.
751 exactly. And then I at that time I didn't know anything, so I called them, and then they say, "Oh, file for I-45, I-485 or something like that." And then which I didn't need that, but the lady, the USCIS lady representative or whatever I call, she told me to apply for that stuff, and it wasn't the stuff that I needed. And so I did all this stuff. I went to interview and everything. Then the consulate, the lady said, "No, you don't need this, Isaac. You don't. You need 751." So I did that, and then she printed out the document for me, and me and my wife, we went home, and then we applied for everything. And we said, and then we were thinking they were going to waive the fee for us or anything, but they did not. She told us to write a letter here. We did everything, and then we just did everything, and then. So
just real quick, Isaac. So lesson for everybody: don't listen to USCIS. They give out bad advice all the time, so you can't rely on them. And I think you sort of knew in your heart of hearts it wasn't even right, but you went ahead and did it. So don't do that. If you trust your gut, and if they're telling you you need to file a green card, but you already have a green card, that doesn't make sense. So go ahead.
So I did everything, and then so the lady told me to withdraw the 4.8. I did everything. I withdraw it, and then I applied for this thing. And then so I was there recently, and then last year they sent me, or this year they sent me another extension letter. Well, the first extension letter for 2 months was it 18 months or something? Yeah, and then they've sent me another 48 months again. And so I'm getting close to like 4 years or 5. I think 5 years. December will be 5 years that I came to this country. So I don't know if I'm asking if I will be able to apply for citizenship since my 751 is pending.
I have a couple questions. So what was the start date on your original green card?
I think the start date was December 3rd, 2018.
So you can apply on the 5-year rule. You don't need the 3-year rule.
Okay.
because you can apply 90 days before the 5-year anniversary. So if you became a lawful permanent resident in December of 2018, that means November, October, September. Yeah, you could apply for you can and should apply for naturalization and apply under the 5-year rule. Then you don't have to prove up the marriage. You'll still have to get the 751 approved. The N400 will help push the 751 to get scheduled for an interview. I don't know why it is, but the N400s get scheduled really fast. The 751s don't get scheduled at all. So a good way to get the 751 moving is to file the N400. So now usually we file that N400 on the 3-year rule, but since you're so close and you don't have to, I would just file on the 5-year rule.
Okay, so cause my 2 years for the one that I filed will be January 26th of next year, 2024.
When did you file? So because you filed the 45 by mistake, does that mean you filed the 751 beyond the 2 years of your initial conditional green card?
Yeah, because I filed because the time was over.
That's what I'm saying. So when you went to your interview on the 485 that you never should have filed,
Right.
you were well past the 2 years. And so
Exactly.
then when you filed the 751, did you explain to them why you were filing late? I guess you did with that cover letter asking them to wait.
Yeah, the lady told me to do that, and so
Yeah.
I explained everything to them about it. So I was
Okay.
thinking my interview will come early, but even anytime I check it, they said you've been scheduled for interview, and we will send you a letter when to come for interview and stuff like that. And it's been close to 2 years now. So I was thinking if I should ask you, should I apply or just wait for January 26th to apply? I'm still married. We're still married though, so.
Yeah, I think you apply right now on the 5-year rule. I think you're good. If the start date was December of 2018, then you're okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I have a last question too. I want to ask. Sorry.
Sure.
I don't know. This is just a question that I want to ask. Me and my mom, when I grew up, I didn't have the chance to live with my parents because things were really difficult. So I was living with my grandparents. We didn't have things together. But with my real mom, we didn't have any proof of evidence of. The only evidence we have was when my wife came to Africa and then we got married and stuff like that. The pictures, the marriage pictures, and that kind of stuff with my sisters and my uncles and stuff. But I don't know if it's the time for me to apply for my mom. Would they require me to? We want an old picture of you and your mom, and if they ask what kind of evidence do you have that this is your mom?
You just heard that last guy trying to get his dad here from Kenya, didn't you? That's exactly what you're going to get. So yeah, you're going to have to prove that up. I mean, I assume you have a birth certificate with her name on it.
Yes, but the name that I have on it was when that's my old the last name is different now because now she's married to a different person. I don't know if the last name would be a problem because that wasn't that last name on the birth certificate when I did.
You just got to prove it all up. It's complicated, but you just got to prove it up. You got to prove who she is, and you're going to have to prove the relationship. Yeah, I mean, usually they go easier on relationships with moms than dads, so you might be okay.
Well, so is that DNA too included? Like,
you could. Yeah.
Okay, and then last question, please.
You're fine.
How long does I-130 takes to be approved? There's a side question a friend want me to ask you. How long does it take?
If you're a U.S. citizen applying for your mom?
No, he's not a U.S. citizen. He just.
It's a different case. Okay. So there's a different case. So you have a friend who has a green card and is filing an I-130?
No, he don't have a green card. He just applied for. He's married now, and he just applied, and then he got his work permit, but work authorization. But he's don't know when it's gonna. How long is it gonna take for the I-1 to be approved? Because they keep saying it's taking so long than expected or something like that. So
how long has it
been? How long has it been? It's getting to about 8 months now. Yeah.
And his spouse is a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And he filed the I-130 and the 485, or just the I-130?
He filed both together. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on the field office. It depends on what his status was at the time that he filed, but anywhere from now until say 14 months, it should be soon.
Oh, okay. Well, we are here in Michigan. Though. I know you have a family in Holland too. I went there. I think Monday. I went fishing.
Yeah. We have family in Holland, and we're going to Ann Arbor in 3 weeks for my niece's wedding.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
Thanks, Isaac. See you, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So just to remind everybody, we'll be back. I'm going to keep going, but we'll be back tomorrow. The show tomorrow is at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Central. We got to do an early show. We're going to have a big meeting in the afternoon tomorrow. So I won't be doing a show in the afternoon. Tomorrow's show is at 10 a.m. I'll probably do a show this weekend, I think, and then no show on Monday. So after tomorrow, we're going to do a Tuesday night show. So Tuesday's show will be like at 7 o'clock Central Time. So for all of our friends around the world who have a hard time reaching us at our early start dates, we're going to have a late start on Tuesday at 7 a.m. I'll do that one from 7 p.m. Sorry, we'll do that one from home. And I might do a pop-up show this weekend. I probably will, either on Saturday or Sunday. You can reach us at 314-470-3300. If you text the word show to there, then you'll be able to get on that. What a great show we've had so far. Let's see if we can close it out strong. Alex is here. Hello, Alex. I can't hear you, Alex. You're on mute. There you go.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good. You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not.
What can I help you with?
Yeah, I was going to ask a question. No, for a friend, there's this lady he met, according to him, said he met about 7 months ago. He's been to the lady's country, that's in Gambia, precisely. And he was asking, we just got talking. He was asking me to know which is going to be better, if he goes over, get married, and then file an I-130, or getting her over with a fiance visa. And I was like, I don't know what to say, because I know sometimes they might have issue with timeline, but I'm not sure. Hence I decided to ask for him.
Great question, Alex. Great question. So the first 7 years of my practice, maybe the first 10 years of my practice, the fiance visas were better and faster. They got processed faster. The people were able to get here faster. Believe it or not, everybody watching, Adele and I once filed a fiance case, and the fiance was in my office 60 days after we filed. 2 months, if you can believe that. She got her I-129F approved, and she got her fiance visa, and she was in my office getting ready to file the 45 2 months later. So those days have long since passed. The problem right now, Alex, with fiance visas is, that the State Department is way, way, way behind on a lot of their cases. And one of the ways that they are speeding things up is by taking some fiance cases, not all of them, but some, and saying that they expired. So you could have someone go overseas and get engaged, come back, pay the filing fee on an I-129F, get that thing approved by USCIS, get that thing sent to the embassy, and then for whatever reason, because the embassy's been dragging ass, the validity date of the fiance petition has expired. Throughout my career, the State Department has just unilaterally, without being asked, extended the validity date of that approved I-129F. And now, for whatever reason, and I would say 5% of the cases, I'm seeing them say, we don't feel like working on this case anymore. We're not too excited about this case. So because we can, we're just going to let it expire, and then you got to start over. So for that reason, I really don't like fiance visas right now, because I can't challenge that. I can't control that. And I feel like an I-130 has a much better chance of long-term success. And the fact of the matter is, they're going just as fast as fiance cases. So that whole advantage of the fiance thing is sort of over. And so for that reason, I would implore your friend to go over and get married and file an I-130.
Nice. I thought so. Well, thank you so much, Jim. That'll be all for me. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex. See you, buddy. All right, we're having a good show tonight. Let's see who's on camera here. Who can I see? For those of you who don't know, the monitor is now over there. The camera's over there. So I got to do my best to read it. And I told Huli, I got old eyes. I can't see. Maro Hamza is here. Hamza, what's up? I got you. off camera, and now you're
Yes.
off mute. Good. Let's do this. What's your question?
Thank you. So, I have a couple questions. My husband had his interview on June 6th. At his interview, the officer gave him, 221G letter, and she said we're cousins. In Minnesota, I live in Minnesota, and Minnesota prohibits cousins to marry, so I'm making short. And we're not cousins. We just have similar last names. So now they sent our case back to USCIS. It's been more than 4 months, and we just keep calling USCIS, and they just keep telling us that they don't have our case. Same, the U.S. embassies just keep telling us that they don't have our case, the MVC. So we're lost, and we have no idea what should we do. Also, my husband, on his interview, he had all the evidences that we are really married and we have 2 kids together. He had the birth certificate of our son. He had the pictures of us, the travel I made to him, the hotel reservations, every piece of evidence he had with him. But she did not ask him any of them, or she did not take it from him.
That's because she had an easy denial because he said you guys were cousins.
No, he did not say that. He did not say we are cousins. The interpreter pointed to the 2 last names, Sharif. And then she was like, "Oh, okay, I see." And she denied to listen to my husband too. She was so rude.
The translator or the officer?
The translator pointed to the names, the similar names.
What embassy is it?
Addis Ababa embassy, Ethiopia.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So what you're telling me is that you and your husband are not first cousins.
No, we also did the DNA test to prove that.
Okay.
But they ignored that.
When did your husband go in for that interview?
June 6, 2023.
And they said, we're sending back your petition to USCIS for possible revocation, and you can't get USCIS to continue processing it.
Yes, we have urgencies. That's why I was trying to,
You need to sue them.
Can I?
You can and you should. When did you file the I-130?
I filed October 2021.
And you live in Minnesota?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so if I were you, this is what I would do. I would sue USCIS and the State Department. Right now, these days, usually we just sue one or the other, but because they're holding your husband's case hostage in between State Department and USCIS, they could keep it like that for a whole year.
Yes.
So if you sue them, then that'll get you the notice of intent to revoke faster, and then you can submit all the evidence showing that you're not first cousins and that, like you said, that your marriage is valid. And then you get them to send it back to the embassy. We would sue the embassy and we would sue USCIS to try to get them to do the whole darn thing. Because right now they're just sitting on it.
Can you help me with it? So I have spoken with a couple lawyers. They're trying to make this difficult or unresolvable, but I want to sue them because I believe and I know that my marriage is real. Yeah.
Clearly it's real. Clearly it's real. You got 2 kids. So
yes, we do.
I mean, it's a tough case, but we could sue them. I think it's the only way you're going to get them to move on it. Otherwise, they're just going to sit on it.
Okay, how can we start the process?
Yeah, so shoot us an email. Say, my name is Mara Hamza. I was the last caller on the show on Thursday, and I want to file a lawsuit. I want to file a lawsuit against the State Department and USCIS because they're dragging ass on my case. And then tell me you're on the show with me.
Could you repeat that? Your voice went out.
Yeah, sorry. Just send an email to info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Say I was the last caller on the show on Thursday. The State Department is screwing around with my case. They won't send it to the USCIS, and I need to sue them.
Okay. Are we just going to sue the USCIS and MVC or the consulate too? Because they're the one who messed up with my case.
When I was a baby lawyer, they used to say, sue them all and let God sort it out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to sue them all and let God sort it out.
Okay. How long it's gonna take the process of suing?
Probably about 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
And you said you live in Minnesota, right?
What is it? Yes, I live in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, because we have to sue them and then we have to serve them. That takes like 2 months. They get to answer. Then they start working on the case. And they're like, where is this file? And somebody goes, it's at the embassy. It's at NBC. It's at USAS. So that takes a month for those idiots to figure out where the case is. Then they have to start working on it. Then they send you a notice of intent to revoke. Then you have to respond to the notice of intent to revoke. And then they get to consider it. And then they hopefully send it back to the embassy and wrap that case up.
I get that. I got one more question. I am ready for the lawsuit thing, but if we have an urgency, is there any other options or any other way that he can come here while the process ends?
No, they're not doing that. We can list all that in there, but the fastest thing that works when it's urgent is to sue them. Nothing works faster.
Okay, perfect. That was all. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. All right, everybody, that'll do it. How do you like the new setup? I like the new setup. I think the lighting and everything looks good. I guess we got James Dean back there. Kent brought that in. That's fun. We'll be back tomorrow, like I said, 10 a.m. Central. I can't really read the comments during the show. That's one thing. We're going to have to figure it out. Kent thinks we're going to have another monitor. We'll have to figure out how to make that all work. But I hope you all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll see how 10 a.m. on a Friday works. I don't know. But I know there's lots of people that have questions, and we'll have answers. See you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.